Daniel, I have so many scriptures before me to prove definitely God's rescue mission. The angels in heaven, they are our servants. In the book of Daniel chapter 3, then from verse 16 to 18, 25 to 28. In that chapter we were told that Nebuchadnezzar made a golden image. And he set it in a plain called Dura. The day that the image should be dedicated, we were told, today we have what we call loudspeakers going out and broadcast. So the song went out that at what time you hear the sound of the flute, the cornet, the harp, the dulcimer, and all kind of music, you must fall down and worship the golden image that I, Nebuchadnezzar, have set up. And whoso falleth not down, they are going to be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. It was reported that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, men that was over the affairs of the kingdom, it was told Nebuchadnezzar that this men, O king, have not regarded you. They do not bow down, neither worship your image. Nebuchadnezzar, we were told, he was enraged. And he called on the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And he said unto them, is it true that you have not bowed down neither to worship my image? Maybe you are not ready. But listen, as you hear the sound of the blasting of the music, you get down and worship. The Lord said, O King Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer you in this matter. We know that the God of whom we serve, He is able. And He shall deliver us out of your hand and from the midst of this burning fiery furnace. Nebuchadnezzar commanded the furnace to be heated 1/7 time more than it used to be. And he called some of the wrestlers that was in his army and said, bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them into the fire. And I want to see who is that God that is going to deliver them out of my hand. So we were told the men that bind them, because the fire and the heat was exceedingly heated, it slew the men that cast them. God rescue mission. They were cast into the midst of the fire. But astonished, as Nebuchadnezzar looked, he saw 4 men loose. God rescue mission. And he was walking in the midst of the fire. God is coming in. Did not the cast 3 men bound in the fire? But lo, I have seen 4 men loose, and he was walking. Then he called Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God. How do we know that they were servants of God? They was examined, and there was no smell of. The quickest thing to smell, to have a scent, is when the branch of your hair, any part of your hair, take fire. There was a woman once in St. George's Hospital, and the hospital forbids smoking. That woman placed Vaseline in her hair, draw her match, they put in a pipe, then get a fire. On section in the hospital, what is taking place? Fire, fire, fire. Well, the other patient got something and he wrapped her. And in a moment of time, she was like a roast pig. You understand? She was roasted. The black, only the black skull, everything, because there was Vaseline. But there was not a smell of fire neither on the head upon this man. Therefore, we see how God's people was rescued. God rescue mission, because we are brethren. We are the angels, we are brethren, and they are our fellow servants. They was rescued. In the 6th chapter of the very said book of Daniel, from verse 16 to 24, we are told during the reign of Cyrus, king of Persia, or Darius, king of Persia, that Daniel did exist in the kingdom of Babylon. And when the kingdom of Babylon was overturned by the Medes and Persians, we were told Daniel also became a president. And although there was about 3 presidents in the kingdom, Daniel was prepared. Because an excellent spirit was in him. And the other presidents and governors and councillors, they sought occasion. They wanted to try some fault in Daniel. But his book was so correct that there was no fault in Daniel's book. Except Daniel had one fault, and I love Daniel's fault. What was Daniel's fault? Daniel was praying to the God of heaven 3 times a day. That was the only accusation and fault that Daniel had. They said, we're going to get rid of Daniel. Remember, he came here as a slave from Jerusalem to Babylon. And he is prepared to go. Let us try and get rid of him. He's a come here. You know what I mean by a come here? He's a foreigner. But Daniel was able to do the job. I don't matter. You can do it. I don't want to know whether you are a foreigner or not. Since you can do the job, we want the job to be done. So Daniel was able to do a good job. Because in everything, there was no fault to find within Daniel. But the fault of praying to his God. So the other 2 presidents and others, they went to the king and says, they come to make a statue. They come and they want the king to sign the document. That any man would ask any petition to any other god, save of thee, O king, they must be cast into the dens of lions. The king take his ring back. And according to the laws of the Medes and Persians, it cannot be altered. Say, well, this Daniel, O king, have no regard for you. Because we found him. But we were told when Daniel knew that the writing was signed and sealed by the king, he went to his house and the location towards Jerusalem, he opened his window. Daniel was not praying in secret at that time. Daniel opened his window and Daniel wanted the other guys to see that he is praying. And he made his petition and he was strong. And he was carried to the king. The king, he wanted to cheer himself. He never knew that was Daniel that was trying to trouble. Because he loved Daniel. And he tried to plead with the king, O king, you is putting your head in danger. According to the laws of the Medes and Persians, it cannot be altered. Daniel have to go down to the lion den. Well, he ordered the Daniel should throw into the dens of lions. I can imagine that the lions was fasting. The lions was fasting to eat poor little Daniel. But what happened? The king went home the night and there was no music. And the king himself was fasting. Very early in the morning, he came to the den with a voice of lamentation. He was crying, Daniel, Daniel, is the God you serve able? And Daniel replied, truly, O king. Inasmuch as before thee, O king, I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything wrong in the sight of God. God have sent his angels and have shut up the mouths of the lion so that the lion had no mastery over me. Out of the Daniel, God rescue mission.